All right, guys, we are live and we are back. We ran this on Monday and it was good luck for us. Led into a 4-0 day. Hopefully, we can get that for the rest of today. What's up, guys? If you don't know, I'm Ben, my man Scott, Lee, P-Dub Nation in the house. We got some UFC talk, NBA. We'll touch a little bit on college hoops. How you fellas doing?
I'm doing good, excited. I think we're giving away 16 NBA free picks, one in each game that is not premium from myself and from BA. But we're going to open the show up with my man Lee here, our UFC consultant, capper, guru himself. How we feeling, Lee?
We're feeling good. We're feeling good. I'm loving this nonstop UFC action every week with no break. We are going in hard for UFC Vegas 104 this weekend.
Love it, brother.
Love it, Lee. If you guys haven't been keeping up, premium, we did have a couple college basketball hoop plays this morning at the best start. We are coming off a nice 4-1 day yesterday, so hopefully we can clean up with the evening slate. As always, if you guys have any questions, drop those in the chat. We'll try to answer those and address those as much as possible. And as we let a few guys come in, you're actually watching one of these games go right now, UCLA and Wisconsin. But yeah, and any other questions you guys have here? Lee, UFC Vegas 104 coming up tomorrow. Before you get into the free pick, tell us a little bit about that. Tell us about your card, how that's shaping up, how that's looking.
I've got some fabulous spots for this weekend. Before I get too far in that, I did want to address the elephant while I'm in front of you guys here today. Ultimately, last weekend was not the performance that I expected. We had some good spots, and ultimately, it did not go our way. But I wanted to address one particular comment that people ask, is the confidence enacted? Absolutely is not. The confidence that we have in our plays, I spend probably 35 hours a week going over tape, going over statistics, running through everything. So when I put out that pick, when I put out that breakdown, it comes with the utmost confidence, and nothing creates confidence in fighting or in sports betting like losing and coming back and winning hard. And we've done that in the past, and we are going to do that this weekend. I am fired up.
Love that energy, Lee. I see we got a comment here chirping us that all these guys are chalk masters. One of our plays today was plus money, and I know our man Lee here loves the plus money in the UFC. As we get into baseball, we'll have some really big premium plus money plays. Couldn't be the farther from that as far as landing some chalk. But Lee, how's that card shaping up for tomorrow? You got any big value spots you're looking at already?
Absolutely. So the three sides on the premium, along with the free premium bet, they are all plus money. The free bet is 115, so particularly close. The line did move a little bit on me from when I got it in Wednesday to when I looked in this morning. So that's kind of good news for us because it means it's going in our favor. But ultimately, yes, we've got a massive plus 163 unit play. We've got the other two plays are plus money. They're great spots. I've looked them over from every particular angle. I've covered them. I've watched it back. We are ready to make some profit this weekend.
All right, well, you teased the guys watching. You said you got a free play at minus 115. How's that bad boy looking? What's that going on there?
Absolutely. So our spot this weekend is AJ Cunningham versus Su Young Yu to go over 2.5. It's a great spot. When you're watching fights and betting the over, it's always a long 15 minutes, but I can't see any way that this fight goes to a finish. So on one side, you got Su Young Yu. He won the Road to the UFC Championship in 2024. Now that's a tournament style where they take a lot of fighters from the East, Japan, China, a lot of the Eastern fighters, and they put them together in a tournament, and the winner ultimately gets a UFC contract. It's basically like the Eastern Ultimate Fighter. And so he won that, and then he came in and he won his debut. However, he will strike with you, but he's primarily a wrestler, and his fighting style is to take you down to the ground relentlessly, time after time again. He does have submission abilities, but he mainly sticks to the wrestling, holding you down there. A lot of people are able to find their way up to them, but he just mat returns them over and over again. On the other side, you've got AJ Cunningham, who finally gets to fight a fight at his natural weight class. He came into the Contender Series at 145, and then he made his UFC debut, taking a 4-day short notice fight against Ludwig Klein, to which he lost by a body shot. Now, he does have those 2 knockout losses, but the reason I think this fight is going to go to the distance, even with that, is because he's fighting at 135. He's fought at 145 and 155, so that would mean he's big for the division. The guy is the most durable fighter that I've ever seen. When he lost on the Contender Series, he didn't go down. It didn't even look like he went unconscious. He was just up against a good striker, and the referee said, "I've seen enough, man. I don't want you to take any more punches to the face." But he was coherent. He was looking at there. Wasn't looking good for him, but he was up against a well-versed striker, which Su Young-yu is not. So I believe that the weight that AJ Cunningham, working at his natural weight class, he's going to be a little bit heavier. He's going to be durable. He's going to defend a lot of the shots. I believe how we're going to see this fight play out is Su Young-yu shoots, and AJ Cunningham tries to get hands off and constantly having to fend off takedowns while trying to find that range. And when you see a fight go together like that, it chews up lots of the clock, and that's why the over 2.5 is the best spot for it.
Love it, Lee. I mean, you guys know Scott and I don't cover UFC. That's why we got our expert here, the man himself. I couldn't tell you much about any of these guys on this card coming up tomorrow. I knew Pereira last week. That's one I got. Bet aside, Lee. I know that was the free play last week. Didn't get there. A big fight. What'd you just think of that? The judging, I know it was a big card full of decisions. Was that decision worthy of it? I don't know that much about UFC, but obviously it was kind of a boring fight, but it did look like he controlled it.
Pierre was very, very close. That was a very, very close decision. I mean, ultimately, the experts will argue for Pereira. The experts will argue for Ankalaev. There's that old mentality in the UFC where you've got to actually dominantly beat the champion to take the title. And I think it's kind of better because it's gone. That are the days where you can take it more as a legitimate sport. So I think nobody could really complain about the judging in regards to the main event. What people can complain about the judging is we had a spot on Francis Marshall last week. And when I started looking at this guy's stats and watching his last fight back, I'm like, we've got something here. We've got something here. And actually, I even was talking with a guy that was even more seasoned than me. And I convinced him, I'm like, hey, Francis Marshall, man, he didn't take it, but he texted me right before they read the decision. And he said, hey, I guess you're right. All the commentators said the same thing too. You had Rogan, you had DC thinking that it was. You had one judge give Francis Marshall 30-27, and then the other two gave it 29-28 for Marion Santos. The strikes were dead even, and the takedowns were what I thought made the difference because there was a lot of them, and he was getting held down quite a bit. But ultimately, the result was not ours. But everything that was saw in the cap happened in the fight. But unfortunately, all we can do is bring the great preparation that we always do and let the results come.
Absolutely, man. It seems like you got that going for tomorrow. Real quick before you go away from us here, go ahead and let the people know what you got cooking up overall on the card, the promo, everything. Get these people fired up for the slate we have coming up tomorrow.
Absolutely. So I've got 4 plays. Like I said, all 3 of them on the premium side are sitting at plus money right now. The free bet on the premium is sitting at -115. That's Su Young-yu versus AJ Cunningham to go over 2.5. And we're looking at must profit or we be next month free. Let's go.
Love it, Lee. Love the energy. Scott, you got anything else here before this guy gets a little heated? He might get you in a headlock.
I mean, we talked about it last week. The guy's got fucking balls this size. And again, I'm going to repeat myself. I've never physically seen them, but always plus money with you, Lee. Allegedly. I appreciate that about you and getting value, similar to what our MLB season and bets will be, as you guys will see in the upcoming weeks. A lot of underdogs, a lot of value. And that's truly the way to win in UFC, in my opinion, and the MLB is take a lot of value on underdogs. And I appreciate that about you. And that's why you're sitting in the chair you are, because you take value, you take underdogs, and you will win long term. So Appreciate you, Lee, for always putting in the homework and the work and the passion behind the UFC picks.
We didn't do that great in the UFC last week, but we did cash that plus 400 on one championship, and that was a spectacular bet there. It was it's great to see when a good plan comes together.
And I was free in the Telegram, baby. Just gave it to the world for free. Plus 400 again. I'm just gonna. This is my symbol for you from now on. Like this, big balls, Lee.
Love the value, Lee. Thanks for coming on, man. If you guys want, go ahead and drop him a follow on the Instagram. Send us a DM if you guys want to get in that UFC free Telegram to make sure you guys get the big value plays he does drop in there.
Yeah, absolutely. We've actually got one play that I think is going to close in the next 20 minutes up on the Cage Warriors that's occurring now. There's also a Cage Warriors card going on before the UFC tomorrow afternoon, and I'm going to put something good in that for you as well.
Awesome, man. Thanks, Lee. Thanks for coming on, brother.
Than't you.
Appreciate you, Lee. We'll see you next week, brother.
Oh, let's have a weekend.
Yes, sir. All right, guys. Now we're going to get into this massive NBA slate that we have cooked up today. We're going to get into some head-to-head battles between Scott and I. We got quite the slate coming our way here. Lots of games, lots of college games going on. We have 2 more college plays left today. Scott, how you feeling? How you feeling about this NBA slate? 2 premium plays we have out.
2 premium. We're giving away. There's 8 other games in the NBA today that we're going to go over. I'm going to give a side or a total. Ben's going to do the same. Last week, Ben cooked my ass on this show. He actually did really well. You might have done better on the show than you did for the NBA premium side on our picks, but that will not happen each and every week. We will dial you guys up our best leans that we are not betting our own money on. We bet all of our money on our premium picks. These are our best leans in the other games that are not premium. So 8 games for you. We'll cook up a side or a total. In our opinion, we'll go head to head. And then on the next show, we're going to start reviewing the results and kind of doing some fantasy football punishments. We'll figure out what we got to do, but leave those kind of ideas in the comments and we'll go from there.
Yeah, hey, we did end up 4-0 on the NBA on Monday, so hopefully we can have some more luck today with doing this. Top game on the card, not a premium play. We got Celtics versus the Heat. You got Boston. They had a 5-game win streak on the homestand. Next thing you know, they catch an L against OKC, who's just going through everybody. That's a play we lost on. You got this Miami team, complete opposite. Losers of 5 straight, not scoring the ball right now. You got a lot of question marks on this game. I mean, that's just basically what's staying away here from Boston or nobody for me. They have won 5 straight against the Heat. All by double digits, holding the Heat to 86 points per game in that stretch. But again, Tatum, Brown, White, Porzingis, Horford, all questionable. Tough to want to bet a game and not knowing who's all in.
Yeah, I can't bet this game at all, but it's Celtics are nothing for me as well. Celtics minus 5.5. Celtics, incredible. After an L, following an L, 9-1. Last 10 following an L. So bounce back Kings for the Celtics. But again, if you don't know who's playing, how are you supposed to bounce back? Celtics, winners 2-0 against the Heat this year, winners of 18 and 19 points respectively, 9-1 straight up, 7-3 ATS against the Heat in their last 10. Third in the NBA in adjusted net rating. Heat suck, like you said, losers of 5 straight, 3-7 straight up, last 10. I'm not backing the Heat in this spot. They suck. I have nothing good to say about the Heat. Obviously, they wrote the season off as they traded Butler and all the issues that went along with that. But the Celtics are nothing here. And again, we don't know the lineups for the Celtics. The line is going to move essentially depending on the lineup changes. And so I'll leave you guys with 110 points per game, third in expected D. So Celtics are nothing here, minus 7.5.
Yeah, a lot up to there. And it's, these teams who are kind of towards the top of the standings, they're going to be kind of scheduling how they play guys down the stretch of the season, make sure their guys are fully healthy on fresh legs when it comes to April. And that's kind of something we got cooking up in this next game as well. We have the Pacers versus the Sixers, and this Indiana team coming off a nice win, a crazy win nonetheless. Shout out Tyrese Halliburton, the N 1-3. They get it against the Bucks. That snapped their little 3-game losing streak. But their Siakam's questionable, and I expect them to sit. They're on the front end of a back-to-back. They're big-time favorites. Sixers 2-14. Their last 16 games, they're not doing anything. They got everybody out still. I would imagine Indiana comes into this game without Siakam, still pulls away the W. I lean Philly here. It's a big number. I think Pacers are looking on to Milwaukee tomorrow, who they are a half game behind standing-wise right now, trying to get a home court round 1 in the Eastern Conference. Lean Philly if Siakam gets ruled out, but I don't want to touch this team. This Sixers team, I'm 2-14 last 6. Brutal, Scott. Brutal.
Just a similar setup as the Celtics games. You don't know who's going to fucking play. I'm looking at who may not play. Drummond, game time decision. Edwards, Grimes, Oubre, Reese, all game time decisions. Obviously, George, Lowry, Maxey, Walker, all out. It's just an ugly spot for both teams, especially the Sixers. I don't like anything about the Sixers team. I really don't. I'm going Pacers -12 for this lean. Here's the main point. Pacers lead the NBA in points in the paint, 58 points per game in the paint. The 76ers ranked last in the NBA in defensive rebounding at 31 rebounds per game. Siakam's obviously a big part of that, right? So line will move. Lean could possibly change if no Siakam, but as of this moment, if he does play, I'm on the Pacers -12 as my lean. I don't see how the Sixers are going to stop anything on the inside for the Pacers today. Just not going to happen. I see a blowout, 20+ point. Even though they're looking ahead potentially to Milwaukee, I can't. I'm not backing the Sixers here. Give me the Pacers -12.
Yeah, Sixers team's miserable. That's part of why we're not on that game. We will have an official premium free bet for you guys, by the way, if you guys didn't cash that at the start. So hang tight. We'll cover that at the end. Next matchup here. Got a battle in Texas, and you guys are starting to notice a common theme with some of these games this time in the season. Mavs got nobody. Got a bunch of injuries, and they got a few guys questionable still. The typical guys who have been out are out. Gafford, Kyrie, AD, Lively, obviously. But still, Williams, Jones, Exum, Washington, all questionable here. Thompson out for Houston. Shout out to this Rockets team playing better ball right now. 4 straight wins by an average of 15 points. I wouldn't be surprised they get a 5th one here. I like the chalk with the Rockets. It's just with these teams who are, trying to climb the standings, Indiana, Houston, Minnesota, catching some steam right now. When they get these teams like Dallas, like Philly, who are mangled, absolutely must take advantage situations.
Yeah, I'm going to go to total here. I don't like the spot for really either team. There's nothing to like about Dallas. Essentially throwing away their season. We go to the under. Mavs under 7 of the last 10, 110 points per game. Really nobody to put the ball in the bucket on a consistent basis. Rockets, obviously a great defensive ball club. 6 of 10 to the under. Defensive, they're holding their opponents to 108 points per game. Pace of play, another key factor. Rockets 17th in the NBA. Mavs 22nd in the NBA. Again, Mavs, who's going to score the basketball for them? Rockets fourth in the NBA in defense. 4th in opponent field goal percentage as well. Last 3 meetings, all under the posted total of 221, 209, and 210. What's that current line sitting at for this game? It's looking at DraftKings 219. So it moved down a couple points from what I saw it. So 221, 209, 210, all 3 meetings. Well, I guess now the 221 would be over. But as of the time that I was taking my notes and doing my research, all 3 games were under the posted total. Line moving down should tell the story as it should go under the posted total. Give me under. I guess we'll lock it in at 219. That's why I looked it up. We'll lock it in at 219 because the current line, Mavs, Rockets under 219.
Daniel, I see your question there. Just so you guys know, we will address all questions at the end. So if you guys have any questions, please drop them in. We'll come back to them. So I promise you, we're not ignoring you. We got next matchup here, Magic versus the T-Wolves. This Orlando team gets a nice win, last night against New Orleans. They come in now on a back-to-back. You have Minnesota, who is absolutely rolling. And take a look at that injury report. Nobody. And they've had up and down injuries all season long. Julius Randle, Gobert, Edwards had some issues. This is a fully healthy Minnesota team. And the issue is they have not had much success against the Magic. Magic have actually won outright their last 5 trips to Minnesota. So don't love laying the big number here, but I want no part of Orlando. They're just not getting it done offensively. Minnesota's rolling. KCP and Cole Anthony, both questionable in this one. My stronger lean on this game is to the T-Wolves laying the points, but I do have a slight lean to the under as well.
That's where I'm going as well. My play is on the under. Here's my issue with the under here. So the first time they met, the line was 199. That was the posted total, one of the lowest NBA totals of the year. It came out 193. So it actually went under the first time. Now the ticks up to 206. Why? T-Wolves, like you said, playing great basketball. Last 10, 120 points per game, giving up 113. Simple math tells me 233 points are being scored in their games. Yes, you have two of the best teams in the NBA with a total of 206, but I'm not trying to lay any cash on a 206 total with the T-Wolves putting up 120 points per game. But again, both good defensive ball clubs. Magic on the second night of a back-to-back. They beat the Pels last night, 113-93. Yep. So could be a good spot here for an underplay. Recent head-to-head trends favor the under. Here's another, I think, potentially I do lean to the T-Wolves minus 10.5, and it gets in a blowout fashion. We could work to the under as well, right? T-Wolves potentially slow the game down in the fourth quarter, play the subs, and get to the under as well. So confidence here, very low, I'm going to say, as far as a lean. I didn't want to, if you had a gun to my head and I had to bet the game, I'm betting the 206.5. Other than that, I'm skipping this game completely. Least favorite lean of the day, under 206.5 Magic T-Wolves.
I like it, man. Yeah, it's got to imagine it's a low-scoring game there with what we get. We'll see what Orlando does. I mean, we said it on Monday, fuck the Magic, and they got blown out. That motto still stands strong today. Next contest, Hornets and the Spurs. I see Jason said it in the chat here, talking about San Antonio when we were talking about these teams just banged up, giving up. This is a mangled Spurs team now, and it's just two guys, and Wembanyama and now De'Aaron Fox, who's getting shut down for the season. Fox apparently had a finger issue back in preseason camp, and then just now deciding, okay, we're not going to do anything, going to get surgery now. Don't know how urgent it is, if he's actually getting surgery, or they just don't want him getting hurt the rest of the year. Spurs are just not hiding it. They're tanking, and Charlotte's trying to be in the same position. They actually 2-1 their last 3 games here. They've had a lot of success against San Antonio in recent years. They beat them earlier this season in Charlotte, 7-1 the last 8 meetings. Couple of points here. I would say screw the points if you're going to play this game. Lay the money line with the Hornets. Take some value. San Antonio is a well-run organization. They know how to tank. They know how to put themselves in situation. Charlotte, quite the opposite. They're probably going to find themselves getting a win that they don't actually want in the front office.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree with that assessment. And again, look at me. We don't know each other's picks before this, right? So we don't know the leans. We decide on our premium plays together. But then outside of that, there's obviously 8 additional games, which we don't speak on at all. So my lean here is the Hornets money line as well. I wrote down Hornets plus 2.5. Take a look at the money line as well. So that is my official lean. Spurs 1-4, ATS last 5. Hornets better in recent form, winning 3 of the last 5. 32-29 ATS. So one of the better ATS teams in the NBA. Spurs are just awful on the defensive end of the floor. I'm not backing a team that sucks defensively. That's one of my check boxes always is, can these teams play defense? Can the team that I'm backing play defense? Because your shot may be off, right, any given night, but if you give effort on the defensive floor, then I can back you and get behind you. Worst in the NBA since the All-Stars break, the San Antonio Spurs on the defensive side. Hornets fourth in the NBA in points allowed, so they give some effort on that defensive side of the house as well. But again, I don't think the Hornets are from a franchise perspective I mean, of course they understand the situation, but I don't see them laying down like the Spurs. Hornets won the first matchup 124-120. Give me the Hornets on the money line. I don't like anything about the Spurs, the way they're playing, fighting for a position in that NBA draft. Hornets money line, not even the 2.5. Give me it on the money line for the lean.
Yep, right there with you on that. Not worth the couple of points there. I'm like Xavier yesterday, where we needed every single bit of that 2.5 last night to get that backdoor crazy W.
Just like crazy. And just on that note, guys, when we're sports betting, I know it's frustrating with these teams. You lead, you're covering for 36 minutes of the game and whatnot, and then these last 4 minutes, they just don't do what they need to do. It can be very frustrating. I get frustrated as well at times, but yeah, sometimes you get lucky and pull out the cat out of our hat like Xavier did. But again, they should have covered. They were covering the whole game. They should have won the game, honestly. But
yeah, should have definitely won the game. So hopefully we get some more good luck like that the rest of this March Madness season, because we all know there's going to be crazy swings, good and bad, like that Xavier game last night. Back to the NBA, guys. We got a good matchup with the Grizzlies and the Cavs. Probably the best matchup on the slate today. Cleveland, 15-game winning streak. I mean, just ridiculous at this point. Donovan Mitchell still out. They're actually 5-0 without him this season. That's how unreal this Cleveland team is. Aldama's out for Memphis, and Jaren Jackson questionable. I've gone back and forth on this game a lot today. You look at this Memphis team, and they're just not playing good ball right now. They have won 4 straight, but they're just 2-13 against the spread their last 15 games. So they're underperforming according to the market. They're not getting to where the books have these numbers at. They're double-digit favorites, barely pulling out wins against the Jazz. And that's just been a common. One of the covers they had against Dallas the other day, they were laying 10.5. They were down in the game with 2.5 minutes to go. They just went on like a 14-0 run. So Memphis not covering lines. But at the same point, Cleveland's due for a loss. And I mean, just 15 games in a row is really tough. Only a handful of teams in NBA history have had multiple 15-game win streaks in a season. They're at that point. This is your number 1 and number 2 scoring offense. I lean Memphis here. If they were playing a bit better, would like them in this spot. But I do think that they are the ones who are going to snap the Cleveland streak here. Again, forget the points. Give me the home dog on the money line with the Grizz in this one.
Wow, look at this, man. 15-game winning streak. Maybe I should start calling you big balls too, BA. I'm going to a total. I don't like either side. I don't like the line. 2.5 just looks ugly to me. I'm going to the under. No D Mitch, no Jaren Jackson. Grizzlies 5 straight unders, 115 points per game in that stretch. Cavs 4 straight unders, 104 points during that stretch. During the 15-game win streak, they've been great on the defensive end, 3rd in the NBA in defensive efficiency. 7 of the last 9 meetings between these two ball clubs, under. The last game did go over at 252, but they just have not been playing. I mean, without Jackson, Grizzlies scoring 115, and then without D Mitch, they only put up 109 versus the Nets. So the Cavs did in that victory. So pace of play, both teams at a moderate pace. Just 244.5 is a very high total for me.
Huge.
With potentially out with no Jackson potentially, and no, obviously Mitchell's not playing as well. Just a massive total with both teams really trending to the under. This is my best bet of the day as far as leans on this show. 244.5, lock it in. Maybe we should do the best bet of the day is like worth like 2 wins or something for the show purposes. But yes, that is my best bet for the lean of the show. It is not my best bet overall for the day. Let's get that very clear. But for the show purposes, I love the under in the spot. 244.5, lock it in. I think it's still sitting there too. I just checked. Yeah, 244.5 minus 112 on DK. Love it.
Yeah, I'm lined up with you on the lean there too. The under, like you said, both teams flying that direction, recent games, and just think it's an overall flat spot for Cleveland altogether. So we'll see if Memphis does get up and punch them in the mouth. Speaking of flat spots, I mean, I don't even know if you can call it that. Doesn't get much worse than that for the Lakers tonight. They've already been shorthanded, losers of 3 straight. No Hachimura, no LeBron, no Jackson Hayes, absolutely 0 size. And then now they're going to sit Luka Doncic after he had a nice 40-piece last night at Milwaukee. Just can't back this Lakers team or what's left of this Lakers team at this point. Who knows? Maybe Bronny James comes in and leads them in scoring tonight. I don't know, but I don't want any piece of the Lakers here. They were very adamant and very, it was an emotional win when the last time they went into Denver. They beat them by 23 points. JJ Redick said he didn't sleep for 2 days before. This Lakers-Nuggets rivalry almost been weird. They've been changing it. Lakers sweep the Nuggets a few years back when they win the finals, and Nuggets give them a gentleman's sweep. Nuggets now 13-2 the last 15 meetings, and Lakers showing, Nuggets are nothing here. I'm just not looking to lay 15 points with a Denver team who's probably going to have Jokic on the bench halfway through the third.
Yeah, I think the best look here is, and now that the Luka news broke, the under in the first half for me. I don't like the second half. I don't have a full game, I should say. Total at this point, it was 230 when I wrote my notes and was looking into these games. Now it's down to 227, obviously, because of the Luka news. But Lakers under 7 of the last 10, struggling to find rhythm without LeBron. Now they have no Luka. averaging only 108 points in his absence. That's LeBron's absence. And now we have no Luka, like we said. So they scored 106 points last night versus the Bucks. Nuggets 7 of 10 to the under, or 7 of 10, their last 10 to the under, 115 points per game. 2 previous meetings, 229, 223 were the totals. Pace, they're moderate. Lakers 15th, Nuggets 18th. And the Lakers have been playing well. I mean, as far as on the defensive end, in the last 10, 6th in the NBA in defensive rating. So the one bright spot for the Lakers is on the defensive end and their effort. Again, I'm a huge JJ Redick fan. I really believe that he gets his guys to play for him. I think the Lakers will put in great effort tonight. I really do. Doesn't mean they're going to score a lot of points, which could hopefully somewhat slow down and contain the Nuggets to a certain extent. I do expect a blowout victory for the Nuggets, but I would look to the Lakers in the first half. And that's on the fly right here, guys, because I looked to the full game total. So let me get the first half total for you guys, and we'll lock that as my official play.
Yeah, go ahead and get that for me. With this Lakers team, with how shorthanded they are in size, I mean, they're already missing bigs, obviously, because of the AD trade. Then Jackson Hayes, Hachimura, LeBron all hurt. People's first thought is like prop-wise, the bigs are going to eat. The bigs are going to eat. And that's part of it. Yes, Brook Lopez yesterday, he had a really big game against them. But it's also the perimeter guys. When you're lacking that much size interior, that brings the perimeter guys to the interior, and you're going to get a lot of open looks. So prop guys could be worth a look to Michael Porter Jr. and some of those three-point props there for Denver tonight. They're going to get a lot of clean looks. Jokic's going to be drawing a lot of attention in. Going to be a lot of open shots. I'm no prop master. I'm no JT. He's the one who crushes it. So don't take anything too crazy with that. But that is the lean there as well.
Okay, like it. I'll get that first half under for you right now. But we go next game.
Yeah, next game, guys. We have one left here. The Raptors game is on a premium slate tonight. We have a play in that game. But we do have the Kings and the Suns in the late night game. Sacramento on a back-to-back. They got blown out by the Warriors last night. Shout out Steph Curry. Hits the 4,000 threes. Kings this season on back-to-backs, just 3-9 against the spread. They've lost 3 straight. In the last 2, they've given up 130-plus points in each. And the Suns not really covering spreads all season long. They had a little bit of a stint there like last week where they started getting right a little bit. They went 1-3 on the road trip, though, that they're coming back from, coming off a loss at Houston. And Sabonis is questionable to return. So if Sabonis doesn't come back, would be a lean here to Phoenix to get a win at home against the Sacramento team sliding and just really hasn't been getting it done in the no-rest situations. If Sabonis comes back, would be actually a bit of a lean to the over. Sacramento playing no defense, and they could definitely use the offensive production of Sabonis.
So my lean right here, I'm going Kings. Kings playing shitty basketball, 4-8 on back-to-back, smoked by the Warriors last night. How could I back the Kings? They're decent on the road, 17-17. I don't like this Suns team. I don't know if it's personal. I don't think they play team basketball. I don't like anything about them. Suns better at home, yes, than they play better ball at home, obviously, as most basketball teams do. 18-13 versus 12-23 on the road. No Grayson Allen tonight. Kings won both games this year, including the last one at the Footprint Center earlier this year. Here's a key factor, though, for me. They just don't cover spreads. I mean, as a home favorite, they're 6-15-1 Suns as an ATS home favorite. I'm just not a big – I don't like backing this team. I don't like them. I think the Kings need to figure it out. And if I'm going to back a team in this spot, give me the Kings +3.
Yeah, it's kind of what I said. This Phoenix team just underperformed the market all season long. And in every sport, you guys are going to find that. There's teams who consistently don't cover spreads. And, they're, by the end of the year, there's going to be a few outliers as far as if you look at a sheet of against the spread records. There's going to be a few teams in that 35% range. And there's going to be a few teams in that 65% range. Phoenix, they've been hanging around that at the bottom 3 all season long. That's kind of what we have for the leans for you guys. But we do have our official premium free play of the day. Shout out to you guys who are just tailing the free plays right now. Those have heated up this past week, 5-1 after a few weeks of the free plays going rough. So hopefully we can make it 6-1 for you guys today. Going to a total with the Clippers and the Hawks. Looking at the over 233 for this matchup. Hawks, obviously, always a high-scoring team. Lead the NBA in home overs this season, 6-2 to their last 8. For the Clippers, the over 5-1, their last 6. Playing some high-scoring basketball. Clippers on the back end of a road trip here, third city in 4 nights. They go back to the West Coast cross country after this one. Typically in these spots, you see the defense effort a little bit less. Atlanta's defense is never there. They're 27th in points allowed, 28th in three-point percentage. Look for the Clippers to have a bit more success from beyond the arc for a team who's 28th in three-point attempts. Could be a good matchup here. Should be a good spot here for this total. Ben Simmons questionable. He might play. Obviously not going to have too many minutes. Does probably tick down the total a little bit just with his defensive effort. But still, like this total a lot. I think we get past 240 here.
Yeah, Hawks clicking on all cylinders on the offense, especially recently last 3. And the Clippers road struggles from 3. So Hawks should definitely exploit the 3-point defense of the Clip on the road. One of the worst 3-point defending teams on the road in the NBA. Hawks 117 points per game, 5th in the NBA, last 10, top 7 in offensive rating. Hawks don't play any defense as anybody would know. I mean, in the world, 119 points per game to oppositions, 28th in the NBA. Just anytime you take the Hawks, I'm never taking an under, right? It's literally over or nothing. And this is a spot that I love on the over tonight. Clippers should come in and put up some points as well. Hawks are definitely going to put the ball in the basket. So give me that over and lock it in. 3 units for us. Big, decent size play, as they all are essentially on the free side of the house. But like you said, 5-1, last 6 on the free plays, getting everybody chirping on us. Can't win a free play. Now we go on a free play run. So there you go. 5-1, last 6.
Yeah, we'll make it 6-1 for you guys tonight. We do have 3 other premium plays to go tonight. We have 2 more in college basketball, 1 more in the NBA. If you guys want to get on board for that, there is a link in the description for this to get on board. Now we're going to go back and answer some questions. If you guys have any questions, please go ahead and put them in the chat. Going to go address Daniel Angulo talking about the basis behind the UCLA play. So yes, guys, full transparency, we did have UCLA. They get blown out by 16. I can see your reasoning for questioning it because you said clear landslide the other way. There's also a clear landslide and statistical anomaly, and that's Wisconsin hitting 19 threes on 60%. So as far as making the bet, first off, UCLA coming in, fresh legs, Wisconsin on the back-to-back, tight win there. UCLA is the best defense in the Big 12 or the Big 10, probably more realistic second best. Michigan State plays a bit more up tempo, but as far as points allowed, opponent 3% point percentage, opponent turnovers, UCLA top 3 in the Big 10 in all those categories. You would think that they would be able to slow down the Wisconsin shooting, not let Wisconsin make double the amount of threes that they normally do on 60% clips. So when statistical anomalies happen, you just kind of have to take it for what it is. If they make closer to their season average at 10 threes, take away 27 points, we win that game. Even if they make 3, 4 over their average, 13, 14 threes, we still win that game. Just tough to go break a statistical anomaly. Shout out to Wisconsin. Shot the shit out of the ball.
Yeah, I mean, it's part of sports betting. I mean, we're looking at caps, we're looking at statistical advantages, we're looking for mispriced lines, and we felt that line was mispriced. And obviously, when you go shoot the fucking lights out, there's nothing we could do, right? And BA and I aren't playing defense. So if we were playing defense, probably would have fucking got half those threes. You guys see me in the 3-point stance, but yeah, it's part of the game. It sucks. We take it on the chin. We take the L on the chin. We come talk to you guys about it. But yeah, from a pregame stat perspective, from a mispriced line perspective, like BA just explained, you take away half those threes, we win the ball game by a landslide, right? And so even when you say that, okay, they took less attempts or they missed those. Let's say were 2-point attempts. Still, they shot the fucking lights out, and there's nothing you can do when they shoot the lights out. And over their average, double over their average. What are you supposed to do? You take the L on the chin, you move on to the next.
Yeah, that's just part of sports betting. That's just going to keep it. And that's what makes sports interesting in the first place, right? I mean, if everything happened as expected, no one would like sports in the first. No one would like March. The only reason why people love March Madness is because of the crazy upsets and because of the crazy things that happen. And that Wisconsin moment was just one of them. So be it. It was a pretty good day yesterday. We do got 4 plays left today to get today back in the green. So hopefully that's the case, Scott. Not seeing any other questions here. Let me see. I think Jason had some as far as Illinois. Scott, did you see any questions I missed?
No, but anybody on the live, you guys still on the live, if you guys want to get in, we'll give you 80% off for a normal week. So $20 gets you through the door just to try our service, give us a shot. You get all of our plays, every breakdown, no additional bullshit. We don't add any plays on top of it. We're not going to charge you behind a paywall or anything like that. We keep it 100 with you guys. So you pay for a week, you get all the plays, and you get a written breakdown on everything. We front face you on L's. We celebrate the wins. We take the L's on the chin together, and that's what makes us great. So I love what we do. I know that BA does. We put a lot of effort and attention into this. We want to bring you guys the best content, and obviously the most amount of wins. So that's our goal.
100% is, and appreciate you guys who stand by us and tune in every single day. It means a lot. We will be back on Monday with more of this coverage. Jason, I'd not seen your question about Illinois. Would be a lean there slightly. Don't love it. Obviously, they're on the back-to-back. Maryland with the rest advantage. That's the whole rest versus rust argument. But Maryland's also kicked Illinois' ass the last couple of seasons, including this year. Got them pretty good earlier this season with a 21-point win. You look at some of the advanced analytics in that matchup and the way their play styles, pretty big guard advantage there for Maryland and the Terps. Just not a big enough numerical edge. Slight lean to Illinois, but not a big enough numerical edge.
And slight lean for me personally to the over. I like the over. What Illinois put up, they put up over 105 points yesterday versus Iowa?
I think it was 106-94 in that game against Iowa. Yep.
Yeah, so they're clicking on all cylinders. I lean to the over there. A bunch of data behind that as well, but I definitely lean to the over. If you want to take a play in that game, take BA's lean, or you can take my lean to the over.
Daniel, I see you asking if we're going to be on every day when the tourney starts next week. We've been talking about that, about what point about maybe we do this 5 days a week. Right now we're doing this Mondays and Fridays, Instagram Live, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So you can at least catch us there. But yeah, if we keep getting the support, Daniel, then we'll keep doing it more. And I see all new bricks. Do you guys actually place these bets, or are you just handing out professional advice? Both. We do absolutely 100% place these bets. I guarantee you that Scott and I feel the losses just as big and likely heavier than a lot of your pockets do. So we definitely have our own skin in the game. And we're, that's why we do this in the first place. So we definitely are involved on the betting side.
100%. Somebody asked about the St. John's game. I lean to the money line there. I see I lean to the money line on Marquette there. I see them winning today. So if you want to take that, go ahead. But I like Marquette on the money line to win that game. So
no, it's a slight win the other way. We've made some good money against Marquette this season against these top teams, but we did get a little bit lucky yesterday with Xavier. Granted, we're covering the whole way. We got the back door. Going to be interesting, though. It's hard to beat a good team 3 times in a season. That's ultimately why I really have no interest in this game, because it is technically a bit of a Marquette revenge spot. They just beat they just lost St. John's on their home floor last week, and then earlier this season, St. John's beat them at home. Beating the same team in conference who's competitive and also top 25, 3 teams, very, very difficult to do.
100%. Very, very, very difficult. George, 5U, I got you. Same. We're going to get it today. So we got it yesterday with Arizona and blowout. Well, I shouldn't say blowout fashion, but they pretty much dominated that game. Kansas did make a run at, late in the second half, but Arizona really, really dominated that game.
Yeah, Arizona pulled out nice. 5U is already out. Appreciate all you guys tuning in. Scott, you got anything else before we head off for the weekend here?
I think that's it. If you guys want this show 5 days a week, we could bring it to you. Absolutely. We're excited about this show. I have a lot of fun with it. I love everything about it. We want to make it more fun. We want to add some elements to it. So again, the comments and you guys interacting with us is what we want. So I want to give away money. I'll give away packages, give away whatever on some of these bets, and you guys ride with me and you ride with Ben. Definitely want to get the creativity and start something here that hasn't been done before. So if you guys have some ideas, we're definitely open. We're just 2 heads, and 100 or 200 or 500 thousands of your heads will make the show real special. So appreciate you guys on any ideas and for tapping in, and let's get the last 4 and have a green day.
Yep. Yeah. Any ideas, please let us know. Scott and I will be together in a few weeks. So punishment wise, you guys can get creative with your ideas with that too. So come back on Monday. Let us know what you guys think about that. I'm going to take us out this time. That's all right with you.
Let's do it.
All right, guys. Appreciate you tuning in. Big weekend coming up. March is here. We need a big night. And let's go P-Dub Nation. Appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you guys.